questions to ask, right? I campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Evening. Hope you're doing well. It says a massive weekend of football. 100% a massive weekend of football. It is Villa versus Palace, and I don't know how to take this game, you know. I think we'll all kind of know where we're going to be at once 2 o'clock, the lineup comes up, and we see Mateta and Schlupp starting. But, big up, JC.
Yo. We already know what's happened.
Yeah.
Pasta don't cook right. Fast enough. I think that's a Twitter. I think that's a hashtag we need to get going.
100%. Big up, Nate. And listen, congratulations on the new job. How you doing?
Boy, this new job is interesting to say the least. 14 fines handed out today. 14 fare evaders in one day. Yeah, raw, isn't it? It's like. Yeah.
But does that work like commission based as well? Then, like the more fare evaders you catch.
No. It's just a case of catching people without a ticket. So it's basically catching someone without an Oyster card, basically. So it's just people trying to chance their own. Because the minute they see you, they're like, "Oh, snap! They're there," and you catch them out of it. So it's kind of fun because you're thinking, imagine you're actually dumb enough to not look on the platform because they can see. It's not like you can't miss. You're in bright orange, for Christ's sake. You can see them a mile away. So yeah, like one person said to me, "Oh, can we just get off the next stop?" No, mate, that's €45. There you go.
You're gonna get all the excuses under the sun, Nate, aren't you? All the excuses.
I've already heard them, Rich. Trust me. I'm not even. It's just like, oh, really? Oh, well, that's too bad. That's still a €45 fine. Unlucky. You have to be heartless. You have to be heartless in this job. There's no room for sentiment.
Nah, that's a good point. Dan, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, all good. Looking forward to the game. I'll be travelling up to go and watch. Hopefully, it won't pan out like all the other away games I've been to this season, but. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had a look at the tickets, and I saw that there was 2 tickets left. Ooh. And I was like, "Oh, why not? I got to." So I'm going as well now.
Oh yes, JC, yes, mate.
But it's upstairs though. I'm guessing you went downstairs, right?
Yeah, I'm downstairs. But
yeah, there's only 2 tickets left out of the whole away, and I was like, "Oh, it's a sign."
It's got to be done.
And lastly, obviously, welcome back to the channel, Rich Sutherland from Villa Park Pod. How you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be joining you again. I said in the chat, I hope I don't get roasted too much, but you know, I'm here for it. I've already had a Sol Campbell in there. So, yeah. we'll get more. We'll get more.
JC said it's not even us. We're
exactly. I know.
Good.
Exactly. But yeah, looking forward to the game on Saturday. Should be a good one.
Right. Before we get there, obviously our last meeting was at Selhurst Park earlier in the season. We got the 3-1 win, deservedly so as well. Even though you had a strong start. First and foremost, obviously thoughts on that game, and then thoughts on the team now that you've changed from Gerrard to good evening.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that. All I remember from that game is it seemed to be like a feel-good factor with Crystal Palace, and like you had that. It was like that Selhurst Park atmosphere that was just relentless. And I know we had 1 or 2 decent chances, and it was quite end to end, but I just felt that we were a bit disjointed, and you guys, just as soon as you got that movement going forwards, you just kind of ran us over. Like Zaha was flying, and Decore was settling in really well, and you were just really strong side. And I thought Palace are really ones to watch this season. And obviously, yeah, as I say, with Villa, we were I know Leon Bailey had a shot that kind of hit the bar, and then we huffed and puffed, but you guys scored at the key times and, yeah, deservedly beat us that game. And I really did think Palace were going to kick on this season, but obviously we made the change. Gerrard went for whatever reason, and it was a bit toxic at the club, and Unai's come in and he's done a fantastic job, really. And you could see with Villa, we had the character and the personality in Gerrard, that was meant to be ruthless, but he just lost the dressing room. And then Emery's come in, and you can see we've got a plan, particularly good away from home, not as great at home at the moment, but still playing some good football. So yeah, he's been great with Unai Emery, but I'm a little bit surprised that you guys haven't.
So you're saying there's
on.
a chance?
If I say there's a chance, it's probably 1 in a million. No, but I honestly, I've looked at Palace a few times. I've been slightly disappointed, and I've watched you guys on the channel and stuff, and I guess you guys are a bit like, come on, what we're expecting a little bit more this season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's basically in a line. Yeah, basically.
Literally, yeah. And there's multiple factors and it goes literally from top to bottom. Ownership,
yeah,
we're done.
Yeah,
there's be factors towards that and such. You say you're looking forward to the game. What aspect of Unai Emery's tactical nous would you say has made you a bit more confident just as a team going forward?
I mean, you just got to look at someone like Ollie Watkins and what he's doing at the moment. 5 goals in his last 5 Premier League games. We've got Emi Buendia playing pretty well. We've got McGinn playing pretty well. We look like we've got a system. When we go forwards, we look like we've got a plan. I know we've made mistakes. Obviously, that passing out from the back, that's something that you guys, I'm sure, will try and exploit. But he's got a way of playing and a plan, and the players seem to be responding to it. And yeah, it's just good to see that the players are being properly coached.
Yeah, and on that note, I feel like going forward, you look really good. Actually, you do look good, but obviously you're quite susceptible at the back. And obviously Tyrone Mings is the obvious, but Matty Cash isn't, and I hope this doesn't jinx it and he has a blinder against us. Yeah, but for his standard, he hasn't had the season that we're used to, if that makes sense.
No, I mean, it comes to something like when Ashley Young, who's 37, has been keeping him out of the team. Now, Cash did have a really good game against Everton on Saturday, so he might be finding in some form. Just as Ashley Young was starting to dip, Cash was starting to play a bit better. With Mings, I mean, he's arguably been our best defender this season. Actually, there isn't really. It was probably between him and Ashley Young. And against Everton, he was absolutely fantastic. I was at the game, and I think it was something like eight headers. He won every single one, 2 ground duels, 6 clearances. He cleared that one off the line. So with Mings, he'll make mistakes. He always does, but he's a 100% player. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's a leader. Whenever he's not played in the team, I think it's 12 or 13 times he hasn't played in the team for Villa, and we've only won once. So he's the main player in our side, and if anything, out of the centre-backs who's not been as good, it's been Ezri Konsa, but they're starting to form a little bit of a relationship. So, yeah, but the issue with Villa is being the playing out from the back, and we've conceded some ridiculous goals with that. So, yeah, it's been a bit funny, some of the goals we've conceded. Are you calling me Ashley Young there?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish talking before. JC, we asked this question last week, obviously. Does Wolf play any part in this game?
Well, seeing that he was in full contact training today, and he's a superhuman, it wouldn't surprise me. But I reckon we'd probably see him on the bench. I probably think his first start will probably be. I don't know. I would half say I don't want him to start against City, so he starts the Brighton game. So I think that coming back to the Brighton game, coming back with a bang because he missed out the first one. Yeah, I think he'll be on the bench for 100%, but it's yes or no, here or there, whether he'll come on or not. Because I think we want to keep him fit because the run of fixtures we've got coming up, most of them are must-win games. So you want to keep him fit as you can for those matches.
100%. Nate, I know you've had a long day and such, but there was a clip circulating with Jean-Philippe Malteser saying that his best attribute is his finishing.
Sorry, who was that? Sorry?
Jean-Philippe Malteser.
Oh,
AKA,
okay.
AKA the Twister professional.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, the new one that's trending now is Vegteta, so kind of Veghorst Mateta sort of.
Yeah, I don't want to see that hybrid. So let's not put that mentally into people's heads. That should be a violation.
His best attribute is his finishing, Nate.
Just say anything.
I think it's because he didn't know the words of someone else, to be honest. But
I'm fairly certain he must mean his finishing on FIFA or PES because that's the only logical explanation on that one.
I think Sammy was taking the mick, because he was giving him the answers to say.
Well, put it this way: he's only scored once all season, and that was against who?
Oh, snap!
Oh my!
And you know what? Let's be real. Let's remix that back. Our second goal shouldn't have stood if we're being truthful. So we kind of got away with it at Selhurst Park in August. But since that game, he stunk the place out. And remember, Sean, James, and all the Mateta lovers out there, they're silent. Which is strange because he was the guy. He's the guy. Edouard's not that guy. But Edouard scored more than Mateta this season. Let that sink in. Don't get me wrong. I know Mateta brings something to the table. But that miss against Liverpool, bruh.
Yeah, you know what he brings to the table.
Teke would have scored that. Fraser Campbell would have scored that. Adebayor would have scored that. Yaya Sanogo would have scored that.
That's all he does. That's all he brings to the table.
To be fair to him, if he's asked what his best attribute is, what does he say?
His hair. I'm not lying though.
No, but boys, let's be real. I mean, you're looking at that chance, and okay, yeah, in real time, it might have just hit him out of nowhere, and he probably didn't see it in time. From 6 yards out, like Fraser Campbell rocketed one in from 2 yards out. Do you know what I mean? What was it? Pardew FA Cup season. You're thinking, Fraser, you literally couldn't have missed that if you tried, and he still managed to toe poke it into the back of the net. So, if Mateta starts on Saturday, I'm just not going to be following the game at all. It's just be like, yeah, that's a loss. Villa have won. Well done, Villa. There's the 3 points. Move on. Charity Professional Football Club. It is what it is. I'm not listening to this Mateta business anymore. Palace Twitter can just get in the bin and they keep backing Mateta. I'm done with it.
Yeah, he's a terrible centre forward. Terrible centre forward. Dan, before we go to the comments, Sambi Lokonga. Thoughts on his start in the Palace shirt?
I think he's been excellent. He's helped defensively. He's helped in attack on that left-hand side. I think he's been really good. He's been really up for it as well. I don't know if he's trying to prove something to Arsenal. I think he's been excellent. I did see a rumor that Arsenal might let him go at the end of the season, apparently for 15 mil, which I thought was quite low. But I mean, I would take that, and he's only played 3 games, so I think that kind of shows how much he's helped the team so far. He's given a much needed steadying influence in the midfield that also helps out Decore. So Decore's not do everything every game. Now Lokonga's taking some of that too.
Absolutely, and I know what I'm like. If it is 15 million, then we need to do that pre-contract thing from like yesterday.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I thought that was very sus because I thought that's way too low, but
put it this way. I reckon it's a deal like that, but then they can buy him back for what we bought him for. But I think even then, I'd still take it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Let's go through a few comments. I'm gonna pass this on because I know like my wife has been mad. Oh, I'll read them then. Sorry. Big up German. Big up Grace. I saw Grace's comment. Was it yesterday on Tractor Eagle?
Yeah.
She already goes, Rich man, and then she went, "Oh wait, he's not there."
Not there.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Grace, we have a team. There's a team of us. There's 5 of us. So 6, sorry.
Big up, Pat.
I get the editor at the back.
We saw you on Twitter the other day. This morning.
I forgot to download it.
Oh,
I need to download it. I'm gonna download it for next time. Pat, we need to show you like it's brilliant. I'm gonna give me a sec. I'm gonna work on it.
Martin here was saying he was slightly drunk when he was at Selhurst Park. Ray and Nephews begs to differ.
Slightly.
If you know, you know. Louis says he's only joking. Rich calling you Sol Campbell. Yeah, I think he backed out on that one quick enough. Martin said he did a line in the Selhurst toilet. Martin says it was needed in the Gerrard era vibes.
I wouldn't do anything in them toilets, man. You catch something.
Pause.
Damn.
As soon as I see the top that Dan's wearing, I instantly think of Luca, probably at Southampton away, where he scored that absolute worldie.
Yeah, when he was decent.
I think Bakary Saka.
Oh yeah, Saka, yeah. In his second spell.
Well, for some reason, in those like 7 or 8 games where he was actually fit, I think he scored in every single game.
Yeah, he was.
That probably kept us up.
It probably did, you know. Vibe says, "How many kids you got?" Maybe he meant finishing something else. I'll show myself out. Martin Leonard and me at the effing game. Louis says, "Yeah, if you don't say shooting as a striker, that's kind of embarrassing." I mean, like he's only scored 1 goal all season. I mean, I think Mark Gay's got more goals than him. He's got more goals than him this season. That should tell you everything. And John Cena himself is saying, "Come on, you Palace."
Yeah, don't get the coach, Luke. Don't worry, you won't get back till Sunday.
That was beyond funny. And he says, "Wilf hat-trick, please, before he leaves Palace. Save it for Brighton. Save that hat-trick for Brighton, because that would just be lit."
That would be great.
That'd be beautiful.
Rich, we're going to do a combined 11. So we'll pass on to JC.
So, as we do normally, we have a combined 11. This is where I'll ask you to fill in the team, but you need at least 3 players from each team. So let's say you wanted to put your whole Villa team in. You can't. You need at least 3 Palace players. So this is because when we done it against Man City, we didn't have a single player in. So we're thinking, why the hell are we even doing this? So we've got to make it fun to some degree. Before we start, Pat says Jean-Philippe Morley's. That's quite a good one.
Well done.
Morley's is good though.
That's true. That's very true.
Actually, it depends on the Morleys you go to. You got to be careful with Morleys.
If you go High Street Morleys, you're a waste man because you know you never go High Street Morleys. If you go Back Street Morleys, it's different gravy. I'm telling you that now. Anyway, back on track. So here's where we start. As you can clearly see, you've got the goalkeeper because I don't think there's any argument coming from any of us. Unless you want to put Geiter in.
Nah, you're all right, mate.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? You've got, is it Sam Johnson?
Yes.
Injured.
Oh, he's injured. I was going to say, well, how come he's not playing?
Yeah.
Well, even when he wasn't injured, he wasn't playing. And to be honest, we're all a bit mystified by that too. But
yeah, he played well against Oxford. That's I mean, that's all we can say about him, really.
Look, lads, I think it's safe to say don't sign players from West Brom on freeze. Because the last 2 we've signed are sick notes. Ferguson and Johnston.
Good point.
oh yeah. Well, Ferguson played 60 minutes the other day, so let's hope.
For the 23, the 21s, not even the 23s.
Yeah.
That's all right. He'll be out for 6 months in a minute.
Don't worry, he's only got 6 months left on his contract.
Even less.
Poor
Got
guy,
even
man.
less.
Poor guy.
Yeah. All right. So, Rich, who would you like as the left back?
I like your left back, and the Villa the Villa left back spot is probably a little bit in question at the moment because we've got Luca Dean, who's not been fantastic, and then we've got Alex Moreno, who's been, yeah, he's just signed. He's obviously a good player, but he's not established himself. So I'll go with your guy, Mitchell. I like. He's a good young player.
It's a bit
Got one player
surprising.
in there already. That's a shock.
Yeah, because he's probably one of our most out of form players this season. To be fair.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Is he?
to his
Yeah.
credit, his last couple games have been good.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been
he-
much.
to
They've
his
been better
credit,
than
yeah.
normal.
They've been better, yeah.
He was a lot better against Liverpool because he didn't really put much of a foot wrong. But let's be clear, like to have one left back at the club, it's it's okay, Palace fans. We don't have money to spend. Yet Josh Harris and David Blitzer have more money than any other person in the club, but no money to spend. Work that out.
Can someone
Let's
tell-
go.
can someone tell about Martin? Why am I seeing Mings in this team?
Let's go right back.
Well, considering your last game was decline, I didn't realise he was still playing. To be fair, I'd have to go Matty Cash.
To be fair, we don't realise he's playing a lot of the time too. So
We still haven't replaced.
How old is he?
Aaron
Oh, he's 31. But yeah, it seems like he's been around for ages.
Let's go left centre back.
Well, you're going to hate me, but I'm going to go Tyrone Mings. I don't understand the hate for Mings off you, Rich, to be honest.
Right centre back.
Well, I'll go Mark Gay. I think he's a good player.
All right, let's go the defensive midfielder.
Kamara. Boubacar.
Another midfielder.
Are we doing 3 in midfield, are we?
Yeah.
I won't lie, the
Okay.
midfield is hard. I'm trying to think about it now. It's tough.
See, I like Luiz. He's playing very well. I was a big critic of Douglas Luiz, but he's playing very well at the moment. But how do you get like some of the more attacking players in?
We can swap the formation slightly to have 2 DMs.
Let's go Kamara, and let's give you Decore. Let's do it.
that
I'm
pleases
feeling a
me.
sigh of relief there.
He's one player that Villa wanted, but we obviously went for Kamara. You guys got
This pivot is crazy. It's
Yeah.
so good.
then let me come back. Striker is Mateta, obviously.
Sin bin, sin bin, sin bin, sin bin. Thank you.
I don't care if he's joking. That's a vibe.
No,
I mean, I let him off of the Mings one, but like to talk Malteser. No. Can you apologize?
You need to
Yeah, what-
apologise.
I'm sorry. I used him in this phrase, in this team.
No, fair play for the banner. We appreciate the banner, but the way he's played right now, we're not there. We're not
We're not in a forgiving mood at the moment.
On Saturday.
The banter cut's a bit too deep, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's go. Obviously, Ollie Watkins up top. Are you saying that you think Zaha will play?
I don't think so. I think he'll be on the bench, but I don't think he's ready to start. So I would still count him as a no in this game.
Right. Okay. Well, definitely not Leon Bailey. Let's go Buendia in the cam position.
Oh, we got Bundia in midfield.
Wow, you've been singing for less.
Let's go Elise. and who was I going to say then? I can't remember. Is Eze playing at the minute or not?
Yeah,
That's a lot
he
of
can
Palace
play
players.
left. He can play left wing if you need him to. We've been doing it lately.
Right. Take Buendia out, put Douglas Luiz in, and put your man at Eze at left. Yeah. It's a tough one. Because like people like Eze, people like Elise, Buendia, they're kind of match winners, aren't they? Or even Bailey, but it's just difficult to say. But then I've put more Palace players in, have I?
No, you've got more Villas.
All right, six and 5, yeah.
I tell you
Yeah.
what, though, that midfield is hench. That midfield is nuts. Not much creativity going on there, but you ain't getting through it. If you play Emery 6 at the back, you ain't getting through that.
That's a Roy.
See, I wouldn't have been mad if you took out Luis for Buendia anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just creativity, but like I say, Buendia's been a bit inconsistent, but obviously he came on and did very well against Everton the other day. So, but yeah, I mean, Elise and Eze, I'm picking them really on the basis of I know what good players they are, but I'll ask you guys: have they shown that much this season, really, or
They've
been a
both
little bit
seemed
underwhelmed?
to.
Eze hasn't.
Yeah, but what you have to say about Eze is when he gets a chance, he actually is one of our most clinical finishers this season. So even though he hasn't had many chances, he's scored from most of the chances that he's gotten.
Yeah.
I think
I've
one
always liked
player
him.
I want to ask about this team though is what happened to Coutinho? Is he just dreadful now?
No, mate. He actually started to play really well. He scored against Arsenal, scored a great goal against Arsenal, but he's injured for a month. So it would have been a shot that he would have been in there, to be honest. But he's injured at the moment, so yeah, a bit of a shame to be fair, because he was just starting to find some form.
Yeah. So I think if we're now picking this apart as Palace fans now, probably I'm putting Buendia back in here. And Mings is gone instantly.
I don't get it. What don't you like about him? Honestly, I don't get it.
It's not what we don't like about him. Wait, is this?
I don't like him.
It's just that this guy is incredible.
Who, Anderson?
Anderson.
Is he not too slow? I
Nah,
find him a bit slow. His passing's great. His passing's great, but I think he's a bit slow.
I think if you take into account, like obviously you said his passing is brilliant, but I would say he's one of the best centre backs with the ball at his feet in the league. Like he's up there, like top 5.
Definitely.
Like genuinely, I think he's press resistant. Like if you press him, he'll just pass around you. He'll either knock it over you, put it through your legs, he'll do whatever. He'll even dribble forwards with the ball. Same thing with Gay sometimes, but he's a leader. He's strong, even though he's not the fastest guy in the world. He's one of them guys that always seems to position himself in the right place.
Yeah.
And he's very imposing and strong as well. So, but obviously there's bias here, isn't it?
Fair enough. I've tried to defend Mings. I've tried to put a case for him. You know, he's like I said, whenever he doesn't play for Villa, we lose. So, and you guys have conceded less goals than us. So look, maybe so. Yeah, fair enough. I do like Mark Gay though.
Yeah, Tristan coming in here saying Sambi over Kamara.
Nah, mate.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I like Kamara, to be fair.
Yeah,
His injuries was more unfortunate.
Yeah,
I think if we were picking a full Palace 11, obviously Lokonga would be in there straight away. But I think you can't knock Kamara. He's a quality player.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's probably swaying Tristan's because of not long ago he got pressed in the box, lost the ball, and then they scored pretty instantly, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that was Leicester against Leicester. Like, that was probably his worst game for mistakes wise. But as I say, like the 3 games before the Everton game, I'm pretty sure I think we conceded 11 goals in 3 games, and 10 of them were mistakes from passing it across the back line, and a lot of that had to do with Martinez as well. So that happens. As sometimes teams are getting used to the way the manager wants them to play, but. Yeah, they've started to play well, but honestly, guys, like I know Mings makes mistakes. I know he wears his heart on his sleeve, but that's how I want my centre halves to be. I'd always want my centre halves to be 100%. If they make a mistake, they make a mistake, but they don't f around with the ball. That's how I would want them. Head it and kick it. That's how I want my centre halves.
Fair dues. Before we go into the score predictions as well. Where do you think you would finish? And what would you see a good finish as being? And bear in mind, obviously, your run at the start was really bad. Like,
yeah, I honestly, I think the best we could hope for is like 9th. That's the best I would say, because we're too inconsistent. We're very much like you guys. This is a true kind of mid-table battle, if you know what I mean. Like, so we're very much like you guys. We play well in certain games, but don't quite get the run of the green. Then we'll lose games that we should be winning, and then we'll put up a good fight against some of the bigger teams. But yeah, best I can hope for is probably 9th, where I think we'll probably finish 10th. Who that's ahead of, I'm not sure. What about you, lads? Are you kind of looking behind you a little bit?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think
It's only 6 points.
Yeah, definitely more behind than in front. But I think it also depends on who you are as a Palace fan. Like, some people are genuinely like very worried, whereas other people are a bit more kind of like we'll be fine kind of thing.
yeah.
You
know what it is? I think, in all honesty, and this is why I'm so nervous about Saturday, I think this is probably the most important game of our season. I think, and it's no, and I'm not saying that you're a bad team or your record's bad, whatever it may be, but this is one in a massive fixture list of massive cluster of games that we've had, and then including the 3 we have after this, where this is probably the first game that have said we should be winning this game. If we're at our best, basically.
I agree. Like, you're always a strong side, and one of the problems with Villa has been that physicality. So if that comes through from your team, you'll definitely cause us problems. But yeah, I think both teams are saying the same. Villa haven't been great at home under Emery. Like, there's been some good performances, but if we want to kind of do anything this season, then this is a game that Villa fans will say we should be winning. Same as you guys come into Villa Park saying we want to make sure we kind of decent results against Liverpool and stuff like that. We want to make sure we're making the most of that. We've got to be beating teams like Villa. It's the same thing.
Cool. Right, let's get into the score predictions. So, let me go and get last week's results. I tell you what, it's heating up. It's heating up. And I tell you what, Dan, be careful, Dan. I'm just saying, be careful.
Mate, he's not gonna catch me.
The amount he's averaging, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you just better match his average, basically, because he's doing all right. This was last week. Let me move the logo. There you go. Right, so it was a fairly decent. Well, for I'd say I was quite happy with mine. JC was 6. Nate, this is probably your worst round in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Nicky with 5, Dan with 5, and Callum got 10. He was a Wolves goal away from being top outright and stuff. But at the moment,
Yeah,
he's
but-
joint top.
But I'm happy they didn't get that goal, boy.
Oh yeah, for real, actually, yeah, because that would have then been 4 as opposed to 6. See, the margins. So just so you know, if you get the exact score correct, it's 3 points, and if you get the correct result, that's 1 point. So it leaves the overall score. I'm still top with 174. JC's gone into second now on 156. Nate with 154. Nicky obviously with his 15-point deduction. I don't know if you heard about it, Rich.
I think I saw this. Was this him saying that he copies your score? If that is the case, I think I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, very
okay.
funny. Very funny.
156. Guess which you're a part of for this week. So you add to their scoreline, they're on 150. When you look at the overall table, including people that have been in the community and such, this is where we're at. But going back to this, Midge, 27 correct results is mad. Correct scores is crazy, by the way. So good. And obviously, I think CM will catch James because I can't remember the last time he put a prediction up. And so
Well, probably at the start of the season.
Pretty much. Now with the has it come up here? There it is. So yeah, my thing's getting slow. So Callum has gone joint top with Jack. So what we'll do, obviously, the last game of the season, if they're still joint, then we'll do I'll get them both to do predictions for all the 10 games, and whoever gets the most points will finish top. And then obviously as you go down the league, you've got Dan Lawless, Grizz Khan, and Hanif, all on 3 points. Once again, if they are the 3 that finish bottom, they will have to do a playoff on the last day of the season.
It'll be a relegation playoff.
Yeah.
It'll be a relegation playoff.
And whoever then gets the least amount of points with them, if they are still the bottom 3, does a forfeit. So, Rich, you just have to get either 3 points with 1 correct score. So that could be literally getting 1 correct result. That will do it. Yeah? Or getting 4 points and you're safe. No forfeit for you.
Okay.
No pressure. No pressure. Right, let's kick it off. First game this weekend, Rich. Man City, Newcastle.
3-1 Man City.
Is Nick Pope back, by the way?
I don't
No,
think so. No, because it would have been a 3-match
Did
ban.
he get
wouldn't it?
straight red?
it was straight red.
Yeah,
so
it was
much.
a straight red. Yeah.
So he missed. How many games has he missed so far? He missed
He
the
missed the
final.
League Cup final. He's going to miss this game and their next game.
Okay, cool. So it will most likely be Dubravka then.
Yeah.
The Bruv got Ocarius.
Yeah, cool. Arsenal, Bournemouth.
4-0 Arsenal.
Big one. Villa Palace.
2-0 Villa.
I mean, if Mateta's starting, that might come. Because he can't finish nothing. Brighton, West Ham.
1-1 draw.
Chelsea, Leeds.
I'll say a scrappy 2-1 win for Chelsea.
This is actually the one week that I don't really mind. Chelsea beating Leeds. We need to keep Leeds beneath us. Wolves, Spurs.
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? Spurs, Wolves can't score. 2-0 Spurs, I think. I think they'll get back to winning ways.
After that FA Cup exit at
Yeah.
Sheffield United. Southampton, Leicester. Oh, this is a big game.
Madison's back, isn't he? 3-1 Leicester.
Forest, Everton, another game down.
2-1 Forest.
Liverpool and United.
3-2 Liverpool.
Ooh. And Brentford, Fulham. This week's fixture. This is tough.
Brentford, Fulham.
Two massive rivalry games as well. So you can't really put form on this and be like, oh, Liverpool will beat Man United. You don't know.
2-1 Fulham.
Thanks. I've managed to type that all up. Oh, this week might be the turning point, you know. Because that list of fixtures,
Some big games, man.
That's a tough one. That is a very, very tough one.
But Rich, that's the joy of it being a tough week, is that the predictions league is going to be very hard to call.
Very.
Well, put it this way, I've been 1 point behind Nate for nearly a month now. Every week, I just seem to get the same points as him. And now I've gone ahead, and now as a dodgy week like this, it's probably going to flip around again.
See, that's why I've submitted mine already, because I don't want to be left till 11:30 on Saturday going, no, I've missed the deadline. So, yeah, people, 11:30 Saturday morning. If you don't get it in by then,
cool.
0. Nil point.
I'm going to have to...
You're dry snitching.
Yeah, I'm going to have to use all that time. I'm going to have to use all of tomorrow to properly think about this.
Is there anyone copying yours again, Rich? No?
Well, for the record, I've already submitted mine. So people are copying off me, I know for a fact.
How did he not have the same points though if he was copying?
Okay. Here's the thing, yeah. Ever since he stopped copying, his results have been getting better.
Oh, fair enough.
Who was in that point? Someone put in the comments at the time, he can't even cheat properly.
It's probably vibes. It's got to be vibes. It has to be vibes.
Oh, man. so funny.
Fantastic.
Just want to say, obviously, big up Sizweya. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Apologies if I haven't. Big up Gunnar. Hope you're well. Obviously, Tristan. Big up, bro. This is actually a fact, yeah. 1 win in 13, it doesn't look good. However, we've drawn 5 and lost one of the last 6 in a tough run-in. So it's kind of like, is your glass half full or half empty? But yeah, 1 win in 13 is terrible on that front. You know, I think everyone else is just kind of like engaging with each other in the chat.
Can I ask you boys a question?
Sure.
Is Patrick under a little bit of pressure?
From the fan base, I think it's split.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say from the board level. I think, for me personally, I feel like there are some fans that are like sympathise with him because he wasn't backed adequately from the summer, and then obviously from January we're doing transfers we should have done in the summer. We're about 1 or 2 windows behind.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, Vieira kind of shoots himself in the foot with his team selection.
Yeah.
And playing players out of position.
Out of position as well, yeah.
Which is a really big one for, I think, any team, really, because, for example, Eze was bought as a 10, but Vieira's deployed him as an 8, as a left winger, as everything, mostly not a 10, which is where we bought him to play. So it's just stuff like that, like making Schlupp into a midfielder, even though he's a left back. Like, just stuff like that just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit right, and you can see it in some of the players. They just don't get it. Like, they're just not
100%.
as good in the changed position, and rightly so. They're not a midfielder. They're a left back, but I guess they got to do what they're told by the gaffer, really.
Yeah.
This is it. Where do you think this game is won and lost for Villa?
I think if you like that strength point about if you guys can overpower us, particularly in that midfield area, I think that's key. We've not been amazing at set pieces defensively, and we're terrible at attacking ones anyway. But defensively, we've not been great, so that's another area. But I think if we can, like I said, Ollie Watkins is on great form. McGinn's starting to play well. We've got options off the bench, which is good. Buendia came on the other day and changed the game. It could be a similar situation. If Bailey doesn't start, he can come on and do something. So, yeah, substitutions and could be key for us. A couple of areas really. Set pieces and strength for you guys. And then for us, it's, our play going forward and maybe substitutions that can help us.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even with us, like, our bench has improved with obviously the inclusion of Sambi and Hamada, but it's just obviously we just need if we get a win this weekend, I think the fan base will have at least that 1 week respite sort of that.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got Man City next weekend, so at home, so that's going to be tough. Then we've got Brighton if it's still on, because I'm hearing that they moved the train strikes again.
I think it's only the tube though, isn't it? Because RMT.
So it's just a tube, okay.
I think so. Yeah.
So that means we wait. Go on it.
It could have a knock-on effect though. Bear in mind, because all it takes is them to decide to pick it again, and then that's that in jeopardy again. So don't take it as gospel that it's just the tube. Because the RMT represent the whole of the railway industry, so they're probably definitely going to pick it because see, this is the problem that Brighton have. They put their stadium in the middle of nowhere, and all you've got is a pokey little railway station to it. It's like, luckily we've got 3 around us, so if there is a problem on one end, you can get the train on the other end. But with them, it's literally that station and that's it.
Yeah. You never know. They could move it, and then by the time we get to play them for real, De Zerbi will be a Chelsea manager. You never know.
Ideally, Chelsea need to buy all their best players and take back Levi Colwill, and we're sorted.
No, this is it. I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. We are playing next week Saturday evening.
5:30 Man City.
Then Tuesday.
No, so Saturday Man City. So Saturday the 11th is Man City. Wednesday the 15th is Brighton away. And then
Sunday the 19th.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
They've done it to us again.
And then just to add it on to injury, it's Leicester on April Fool's Day.
Oh no!
Hey. Of course.
So yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so that's why, me personally, this game's we need to win this game. That is massive. Yeah. It'll just do us a massive favour.
I'll probably put it on the Brighton game again, me personally. Just because of Derby, because form and like previous games go out the window with that game. That game could turn our season around if we win it.
But let's be real. Like even with the best will in the world, no Palace fan could ever see us winning that game the way we're playing.
No, of course not.
I mean, let's be real. 1-0 up away at Brentford, and we crap the bed in the last seconds. Imagine what Brighton are going to do. And let's be real, we got away with it when we played them at Selhurst Park with that offside goals. Like, I don't think that was offside, but we'll take it.
One of the few teams that Mateus actually scored against is Brighton.
And a back heel.
I would say.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, but let's be real. Like, as great as that game was, because the Benteke last-minute winner will live in infamy. They can have doing the double over us a few years ago. They don't have a last-minute winner on their own patch. That was beautiful.
That was great.
It's going to be painful knowing we've got Man City, Brighton, Arsenal, Leicester, Leeds, Southampton, Everton, Wolves, West Ham, only Tottenham, by the way, and then Bournemouth, Fulham, and Forest to finish. And what happens when we play teams in and around us? Oh, yeah, we're not very good against those teams.
Our record's been quite good this season, though. To be fair, like all the teams below us has been quite good.
Nottingham Forest away begs to differ.
Yeah, that was
Leicester away begs to differ.
All right, yeah, but Leeds at home, Wolves at home.
True. I'll give you that. But
Yeah, we scraped through in those games. Both of them should have been 2 up.
Bournemouth away,
Yeah,
let's be
true.
real. Bournemouth was so bad, it was just like, how have we won this?
I scored a header.
I know, I scored with his head. That showed you how bad they were. And then, bear in mind, we've got to play Fulham again. And the last time we played them, that was fun, wasn't it? Great Christmas present that was. Help.
Damn, Jordan Much just signed for Crawley.
I was going to mention that.
I put it in the group chat already.
Wow, I can't believe that guy's still playing football.
Yeah, he's come out of retirement. Signed for Crawley Town.
He should have stayed in retirement.
Crawley may now get relegated. Just pointing out.
Good.
Insert the clip from the player ratings.
Just very quickly now. Obviously, there's a guy in the comments called UK Pat. He jumps on the stream from time to time. Got a bit of banter and stuff about him. Fairly decent young man regarding like his attitude and stuff. But we've never seen him on camera. But we've done some detective work, guys. We have done some detective work, and we think we have found him.
Seriously, I've had enough. 2-0 in the space of 10 minutes to a fucking pub side. Roy, out. Seriously, fuck off. I've had enough. I've had enough of your old scratchy bullshit, alright? I've had enough. I'm seriously, you know what? See that? I got that when we were good. When were we good? I don't bloody know. I got that when we were good. I even have this. I might as well just tear it down the fucking wall and throw it in the bin, you bastard. Get out of my club now.
That is gold.
Hey, yo. I don't know is that Dom from West Ham Fan TV's cousin or something? Because it sounds like him. You know that guy? We couldn't score against Astra bloody Go-Go.
No, obviously that was from a couple of seasons back when we had Roy, but that clip's funny.
Yeah, it just resurfaced on Twitter the other day, and I saw it. I was like, "Yeah, I've got to put in the group chat."
No, I'm not gonna lie. That had me dying. I'm just like, this is what Roy Ball did to the fan base. We just couldn't open anymore. And the thing is, Rich, you'll back me up on this. They don't know the pain of the Trevor Francis era and a few other managers before then. They're lucky they got Roy Ball.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, UK Pat, if you're still in the comments, my guy, it's all banner and stuff. We're keeping it in our catalog though.
It's a good video still.
Mate, it is gold.
Oh man. Let's wrap it up there. No, it's funny stream as always. Rich, absolute pleasure for you joining us. All the best, minus the game. But where can everyone find you?
Yeah, same to you boys. All the best for the season apart from Saturday. Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Villa Park Pod or at Southrich, and we've got our YouTube channel Villa Park Podcast. Just over 1,000 subscribers now, so yeah, going well. So yeah, if anyone watching, you want a bit of Villa chat, then please do subscribe. We're doing our match preview tomorrow night, so yeah, get involved in the chat, people, and enjoy the show.
Wicked. Sorry, Dan, I just removed you by accident.
Yeah, I'm down to 10 on Twitter. I've got a YouTube channel. I haven't made a video for a while because I was just taking a little break. I had a lot of errands to do. I might make one soon about my spreadsheets.
Oh,
If you're lucky though, but that might be soon.
As long as you're not inviting anyone to your spreadsheets, you know, so when you don't get into any trouble, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Eagle Eyed Nate from Eagle Eyed Football. You can find me here talking ish. Next.
Run it. Next.
And I've been practicing. I'm not as good as JC, but I know it's that direction.
You know what's funny? When I was full screen, I saw this guy in a little thing, just like making sure that he had his hand up and he's like.
I'm always like right shoulder now. I'm thinking right shoulder, right shoulder.
So what you guys don't see when we're on the stream, we can see each other's cameras in the bottom, and I see him put his hand up and do this. He's like, yeah. He's just making double sure.
100%. And guys, obviously, just a reminder, we have got some merch. If you want to check it out, links in the description. So that's the hat. Me and JC were talking. We tried something out. I've actually got this, so that's on the website as well, and I really like it. I was like, it's really nice. So I've just ordered like the matching bottoms to this and another hoodie, khaki hoodie tracksuit with the eagle. But wrong side, that's it. This pointing thing's a nuisance. I'll give up.
But
yeah.
Rich, that picture you sent us in the group chat earlier, that had me dying. I was like,
Rich loves a selfie.
Honestly, I am the worst when it comes to selfies. 1 second. I feel no way. I'll show you.
Cause the thing is, it does remind you of the first day at school and your parents forced you to take that picture of your new uniform.
Yeah, no, I'm so bad because like when I'm taking selfies, I feel like I have to concentrate too much.
Man doesn't know there's a timer.
No, even with a timer and stuff, but like I'm taking a selfie in that, and like even when I'm streaming, I'm always looking at the middle of the phone. But obviously, I've got to look to where the camera is, which is near like the volume button and stuff. It's a mess. Basically looking at it, I'm pissed off.
He's vexed.
Hold on, let me give myself a figure.
Hey, but you know what? If they could see the group chat, because JC's comment right underneath that picture had me dying.
That was like that when Mum said, go to the picture." Standing there like.
Then there's me taking selfies. Is that trying to show us you hate taking selfies?
Literally. I might see myself getting terrible. Stuff. But yeah, guys, wicked stream. Appreciate you all. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, check out the merch link. I'm gonna put sorry, I apologize, Rich. I should have had your links in the description as beforehand. I forgot to do that, so I'm gonna do that in a minute. Make sure you obviously go follow Villa Park Pod on Twitter and subscribe to Villa Park Pod on YouTube. Absolutely. And obviously, Martin, obviously wish you all the best, my bro. Take the time that you need.
Yeah, definitely.
Stuff.
Definitely. Legend.
You are an absolute legend. Thanks for being in the chat as well. Just obviously, whilst you're resting, please do not mess with Uncle Ray. Peace!
Ego.